Hello, subscribers. Hi. Here we are. It's been a week or so, I think. I don't know anymore, to be honest. And I'm here in my own room again by a different set of books. Here they are. These ones are more academic. You can see a line of National Geographics above my head. And So yeah, just thought I'd make a quick video to answer some of the questions asked because of the last video. So yeah, some of you were asking me what my plan is moving forward at the moment. I don't know. I have a few irons in the oven, as it were. I ordered some microphone equipment, and I want to try to figure out the whole voice part of the world of acting, which I've done in the past, but I feel I need to just build up my confidence in that area again and try to kind of breach that bastion of possible learning and joy. Apart from that, not much. I mean, I've been looking at jobs and stuff. I'm not massively sold on being an Uber driver, mainly because I don't have a car. I have a bicycle, but I don't think I do that. I don't think I could be an Uber deliver driver, I guess, but the pay is insanely bad. I don't know if you know, it's really bad. I did actually go for that once for a Deliveroo job, but I left halfway through the I'm probably going to lose their sponsorship, aren't I? Now that I have their sponsorship. In the future, they might want to sponsor me, and then look back and, oh, he doesn't like, he went to work for Deliveroo, and then it wasn't good enough for him, so he left. We won't give him cash to have ads. I don't mind. You want to give me money, Deliveroo, please do. I don't care. I do care, actually. I'm actually quite moral. I blame Star Trek. Yeah, so I was asked about stories from things I've been in. I was in an episode called The Midwife for the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, the good old Beeb, and it's a show about midwives in the 60s. It's very popular. It's still going. And I was in Greece, central Greece. I was on a train. I've been in Greece for about 3 days, and I was on a train to the town of Kalabaka, or Kalavaka, Veta, Kalavaka, Kalavaka. Probably say it wrong. I mean, Pythagoras is pronounced Pythagoras, which is far nicer than Pythagoras, if you ask me. And I was on the train, a 5-hour train journey, and I got a text message from Spotlight. Now, Spotlight's this casting site business. All actors in the UK have to be on if they're serious about being an actor. There's a casting website. It used to be a kind of a struggle to get into us, but maybe it still is. I don't know. You used to go to drama school to get in the Spotlight book. It used to be these massive books of actors' faces. You could just go through, oh, I want this guy, I want this guy, I want this girl, this guy, him, her. And saying, check your emails, casting, check your emails. So I checked my emails, and there was a message saying, are you free in June and July? It was about March, so I was free for June and July at that point. So I said yes, and I carried on my journey. I arrived in Kalavaka, and it's by Meteora, the Meteoran monasteries. It's these hanging monasteries. You may have seen it in For Your Eyes Only, the James Bond film. Roger Moore, stunt double, climbs up. It's also in an episode of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Travels with Father, just one father. Travels with Father, good show. Check it out. And it's a big monastery built on top of these big, beautiful teeth, like molar-like mountains, as in molar, you know. And I got there, and I was wandering around town looking for a place to stay, and I found a hostel, and I gave my passport to the woman at the front desk, this beautiful mahogany place, and she showed me the room I was going to be staying in, 2 beds, no one else there. And I booked a walking tour the following day, and then in the hostel next door, for some reason, doesn't matter, but I got to my room, and I had another text message from Spotlight saying check your emails. So I did, and this time it was we'd like to see you at 12:30 tomorrow in Covent Garden. So I jumped up and I ran out of the room, and I ran downstairs with my bag and shouted at the woman saying, I can't stay, I gotta get back, all a flurry, in a hurry. And she gave me back my passport, and I ran outside next door, cancelled my walking tour, and then sprinted to the train station. Now the next train to Greece, the same one I'd been on, wasn't for another few hours. It wasn't going to go back the way it came, for an hour. And so I sat in the station car park thinking maybe I could go to Bari, to Brindisi, cross to Italy, fly back from Rome. Maybe I could go to Thessaloniki and maybe fly back from there, or from Istanbul. All these ideas. But eventually I got the simpler route. I got the 5-hour train journey back to Athens. I stayed overnight in a hostel, the same hostel again I'd stayed in. It had these pillows that sounded like they were stuffed with plastic bags. So whenever you rolled about, it kind of made that noise, which wasn't great. And I got the first flight to Stansted Airport the next morning, and arrived in at 11 o'clock in Stansted, which is a good way outside London city centre. So I got the Stansted Express train back into Liverpool Street, arrived there at about 12, and then sprinted across the city. Well, I got a train to Holborn, and then sprinted from Holborn station to Covent Garden, and I got there at just about 12:25. So I just made it in time, and I have a bag and a hat. I was wearing this, I think, and I have my Indiana Jones hat, my leather jacket, and my big bag of clothes. So I hid that under a chair because I didn't want them to see, because I was afraid if they saw it, they might feel they were being blackmailed into taking me on, or feel that because they felt that I should get it because of the fact that I travelled so far, that might work against them later on. Well, we're only giving this guy the part because he travelled so far, even though it was good. So I hid it there, but they saw it anyway, and they're like, what's this? And I told them, and it broke the ice, and they're like, oh, that's hilarious, well done. And they were lovely. And I went in, and the audition was about 5 minutes, and then I was back on the street with a big bag of clean clothes, with nowhere to go. So I met some friends, and one friend said, what are you going to do? And I said, I don't know. And I flipped a coin, and as a result of that coin toss, I was the next morning on the first flight back to Athens on the same line. Now this was a Ryanair flight to Athens, and it had been only running for about 4 days, and I'd been on it 3 times. So I should have gotten an award or something, or maybe free food or a scratch card as they gave out. And I went back to Athens and went to Delphi and had a lovely time. Very speedy time though, because I do love Greece. Helen. I got the part, of course, and it was terrifying. So what happens is, you have a lovely day, you go to a wardrobe, fitting, they fit you with clothes, they give you belts and lovely coats and stuff, and they make you look nice and scruffy. And then, not that that's a difficulty with me, and then you go and you go to a read-through. Now my part didn't have a lot of lines, but the woman playing my wife in it, my wife had dysentery, was pregnant, so that was the mess that was going on in my life and the lives of the protagonists. They had to deal with this, she had a speech about how, don't look down on us because we're Irish, we're trying hard, we're working hard, that sort of thing. But it was taken away because I think they thought, she's giving birth, she has dysentery, she probably isn't in the mind to make big old speeches. But she argued with her agent that I should be given the speech because it was important to be said. So I got a good old speech. So you go in on the day of shooting and you have the lines off, you have some ideas, but what happens is, there's no rehearsal these days. You go in, you're given your clothes, you're given a little caravan. It's really cute. It's got your names on the door, and you go in, you get your makeup done, nice chat with the makeup people, and then you go and you're given your blocking. Go there, go there, go there. You go back out. They cover you in mud because I was Irish, so I had to be covered in mud. It's the only way. And then I'm back in, and then we just went for it. And the first take, halfway through my speech, I was handed a baby, a 4-week-old baby I'd never seen before, just thrust into my arms by the midwife, by the woman pretending to be a midwife. There was a real midwife as well there, not a midwife. She was an expert on babies on set. And, I was like, oh, I do the speech, sit down. I was told, don't be so nervous. And then I was told, sit down halfway through and be faster. So I did it again, sat down halfway through, was faster, handed the baby, and then it was going, bye-bye, gone. So I was gone, I was back in a car, back driving back towards the centre of London. I was thinking, oh my God, I messed that up. That was awful. Oh my God. I didn't cry or anything. I meant to cry. What the hell is wrong with me? That was terrible. I am a sucker. And I took the opportunity to write a job application for a job I wanted, where I had to write a 1,000-word essay on the greatest English person to ever live, which I found difficult, being Irish, and finding the definition of greatness in a country ruled by class consciousness quite difficult. I mean, most people who were great probably never stuck their nose above the parapet of, a posh person written history. And I just said it straight away. It was probably a mistake. And then I was in the next day and it was fine. It was actually fine. And then I went to a wrap party, which was lovely, except I didn't know, I was too nervous to talk to anybody, and I spent the whole night walking back and forth, looking at my phone and going to the bathroom and sitting on the toilet for a long time because I was just pretending I was in the toilet. Why talk to people when you can pretend you have intestinal problems? That's what I thought. So I did that. But eventually they did talk to me, and I remember dancing a lot. It was good. It was really nice. It was good, actually. One of them I bought a plane, I remember. It was quite nice. He chatted to me about his plane. They were excited by his plane. That was the moment sole proper TV experience. I had an audition for other things, didn't get. But that's the thing. You get things and you don't get things. And sometimes it's really hard, It's really, really hard. And it's not like you get better at rejection. You just get better at ignoring the effects that rejection is having on your soul. Your soul is kept in a box under the floorboard. Difficult to get it. You need 2 keys, And so you only very occasionally do you bother to open that box and have a look at your soul and see how it's doing. And it's being affected by everything, And we're encouraged to be open, and our hearts to be open to the world, to things, to feel every experience, to live every emotion, to live every moment of our lives. But the problem is it does damage you badly. And then every interviews, you have a look at your soul and you go, wow, look at that. That's a horrible mess of purple and green. There's lots of spewing fluid there. What's that? Looks like a crushed kind of beaver skull. And you close it up and you carry on, because you have to carry on. That's why you're here. Because it is great. When you do get the thing you want to get, it is better than any feeling I know of. Anyway, it's just really good. And there's theatre and stuff as well, of course, and lots of random celebrity encounters. Do you want to hear? Do you want me to tell you stories about other things, other stories from my life? I could tell you about stuff here. This, for example, is a Chinese chess set. I did a trip on the Trans-Siberian Express for my 30th birthday, and we were playing lots of Chinese chess all the way. And body of Christ. And I bought one when I came back, and it's a great game. It's got cannons in it, which is cool. I could talk about Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who. I could talk about Napoleon, or Che Guevara, or Orwell, or Hemingway, James Joyce. I could talk about him. These are my diaries here. I could talk about them. One person was asking, why don't I read things? I see you write. Why don't you read things? And I did in the last episode read, and I have done in the and a few things I've read a few things. So have a look at those and see what you think. Maybe I'm not reading what you mean. But yeah, have a lovely day. Stay safe. Stay frosty, and be kind.